I have to admit that Jadakiss, and feel free to comment, leave your comments in the comment section and all that. I want to hear what y'all got to think. Jadakiss is a top 5 MC of all time. I think one thing that is abundantly clear, we can definitely start the conversation and have the dialogue about, is Jadakiss top 5 dead or alive MCs? Is Jadakiss in that top 5?
New York, hand down, nigga, the game is all Jada's. Anything drop, I cop in all flavors.
Jadakiss can do pretty much. Jadakiss, there is no pretty much. Jadakiss is literally the complete MC.
Wicked sweep.
He can write, you know, not only for himself, but he's penned for other people. I mean, even, you know, we all know, you know, even Puff clearly admitted the other night during the verses in the comment section that, look, Jadakiss wrote my verse for Benjamins, all about the Benjamins. So just imagine if Jada was, you know, we can only imagine if Jada was writing for Puff, what other artists Jada was ghostwriting for. I mean, he's a ghostwriter. He can give you the street joints, the middle of the road joints, the thought-provoking joints, the intellectual KRS-One type of joints, such as the song Why that he came out with. He can take it to that level if he wanted to. He can do whatever you want. He can come out with the commercial joints. He can come out with the joints for the ladies, you know, the ladies. I mean, even, you know, Joel Santana, you know, during the verses the other night was like, come on now, y'all ain't got no joints for the ladies. Come on now, y'all ain't got no joints for the ladies. And Jadakiss shut that man up real quick as, you know, they went on their little run for the joints, you know, that the hits that they had geared towards the female audience. I mean, there is no question, no doubt. Jada left no kind of questions on the table the other night. He showed everything that we all look at, our top quality, top 5. What Jadakiss, if you want to know the definition of a top 5 MC, Jadakiss answered those questions just the other night. Stage presence, mic control, crowd control. I mean, Jadakiss was sunning other MCs on the stage, literally battling and pushing other MCs out the way. Other quality MCs, making them look like a bunch of nuts, making them look like a bunch of bozos. I mean, just look how he did, you know what I'm saying? The poor guy, Joel Santana.
My niggas hustle from first to first, 12 months of the year. Blood on your wealth, gun in your ear, back of your sock, blade at the back of the block, with a feed watching for dark till the shit gets dark.
When he just completely sunned him, pushed him, and then he took your man bandana off and just threw it on the ground. I mean, one of the debates for me over the last 20 years has been who's a better, and I know probably you too, have been wondering who's a better lyricist between Cam and Jada. Jada and Cam. I think the streets we are questioned that at one point, who's a better MC? Jadakiss left no questions to be answered about. He's a more supreme lyricist than Cameron. He has a better stage presence. He has a better stage presence than Cameron, better introjection, better voice, better mic control, better voice control, better voice control, better breathe control than Cameron. I mean, he just made Cameron look like an amateur the other night. And also he made the whole Dipset crew look like a bunch of amateurs not ready for primetime players the other night. Cam, you know, wanted to get computers putin', but they just wasn't boogity booting. So yeah, Jadakiss is in my top 5 greatest MCs of all time. And if you still not convinced by the little bit that I'm saying so far, just let's look at his resume here. Where do you want to start? He killed 50 Cent. It was going to be either the Lox, D Block, or G Unit. You know what I'm saying? Kiss literally killed 50 Cent effervescently. I mean, no sweat, no problem. 50 came out with his little joints taunting the Lox and Jadakiss. But basically 50's whole premise at the time was that y'all not making no money. I got all the money. We got all the money over here at G Unit and at Interscope while y'all on Interscope Records starving and y'all can't get no bread like that. That was the only thing 50 could really taunt Jadakiss with. While Jadakiss, on the other hand,
can't really figure this clown out. Where's he from? Jamaica, Queens, Cali, or down south?
Came back at 50 with hard-hitting bars.
Picture Kiss not come out swinging. It's like going to see 50 at a show and he don't come out singing.
Hard-hitting disses, and they just not only, you know, Jadakiss and his crew, the Lox and Chic and Styles, not only came out with one diss song geared towards 50 and G Unit, but they made a whole slur of diss songs. Dipset. Okay, we already know Kiss bodied Dipset, the 3 members of Dipset by himself. I mean, we witnessed that just the other night. I mean, listen, we literally witnessed history when we saw Jadakiss destroy 3 men by himself. That's why Jadakiss is in the top 5, dead or alive. I mean, listen, even though I love Big, I love me some Pac, I love KRS-One, LL Cool J, Cool G Rap, and whoever else you want to put in the top 5, whether it be Chuck D or whether whoever, we've never seen them or Jay-Z, can't forget about Hov. We've never seen, or DMX, whoever you want to put in your top 5. We've never seen them battle and take down a whole crew all in one night. I mean, of course, now things are a little bit different because we have cell phones and footage and people can record everything. We've only heard the stories, the legendary stories about Jay-Z battling outside of a nightclub, 3 or 4 dudes in one night. I don't know if you remember, but there is a story out there from a lot of credible people that said not only did Jay-Z battle a couple dudes outside of a nightclub, but LL Cool J also wanted a little bit and wanted some. LL Cool J hopped into the battle that Jay-Z was having with a bunch of other dudes. And, you know, LL Cool J, Jay-Z basically was, you know, spitting at LL Cool J. And LL Cool J, they basically got into a battle. I want to say it was at Jones Beach or somewhere like that. I don't know. It was a nightclub. And according to a lot of credible people like Sauce Money, the MC, and a bunch of other people, LL got served that night, you know, and LL himself has even came out his mouth and, you know, on various different platforms and said that, yeah, this battle actually happened, but his excuse was, you know, my clip just ran out. You know what I mean? I ran out of rhymes because I was already rhyming, you know, battling, you know, outside of the nightclub too. And then Hov and Jay-Z came up to me and, you know, they was like, you know, this dude Hov, Jay-Z want to battle you. But LL's excuse was he just ran out of rhymes. And so whether the story is that Jay-Z was battling dudes outside of a nightclub or whether LL Cool J was battling dudes outside of a nightclub and Jay-Z hopped in, whatever the story is, from numerous people, LL got served that night. I'm just saying, I wasn't there. I love LL. I love you, pause. But, you know, he might have got done up that night. But LL was still in my top 10, no doubt. Anyway, anywho, back on the spot. Let's start back to talking about Kiss. I mean, we haven't seen, you know, we've only heard stories about KRS-One and all these other dudes, you know, DMX and Jay-Z battling. We've only heard the legendary stories, but we don't have any video proof of these MCs battling on video and getting busy. We can only go by the diss records that, you know, KRS-One might have or Nas might have versus, you know, Jay-Z versus Nas. But we actually have proof of this Jadakiss basically dismemberment. I mean, cutting off bodies and with the chainsaw, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, cutting off limbs, cutting off necks, cutting off heads inside of this VERZUZ battle. So we have proof that Jadakiss is undoubtedly deservingly of being in that top 5. Jadakiss killed Dipset. Okay, move on from that. But Jadakiss also killed his boy Fab in a VERZUZ. I mean, Jadakiss is the king of VERZUZ. He's killed literally 4 dudes in a VERZUZ all within a span of a year. Dipset and Fabulous. Let's not forget about that. He absolutely destroyed Fabulous. It wasn't even close. He made Fabulous look just as minor and minuscule as Cameron did the other night. Whatever it is about Jadakiss's aura, his presence, his control, the way he controls the stage and the way he just controls everything when he gets that mic, which is a key element about being a top MC, is that you can control the stage, control the mic. The stage presence is awesome. Whatever it is, dudes just clam up when they on the stage with Jadakiss, and that's what happened with Fab. Fab just couldn't keep his composure and he clammed up and he got slaughtered in that VERZUZ. Let's just call it for what it is. And finally, if you need more proof, we have the legendary battle between Beanie Siegel, my guy, I love me some Beans, and Jadakiss. Now, depending on which spectrum you're on this one or how you lean, I won't get mad at you if you say, you know, Beans defeated Kiss or vice versa, Kiss defeated Beans. Personally, you know, they both had some really, really dope diss records. And for me to say that one beat out the other or one was greater than the other would take a lot of heavy observation and going back to the future and really examining those records. I think Bean's record was amazingly dope. And I think, you know, Kiss's records that he had dissing Beans was very dope.
You forgot reason that you signed to the rock, cause you listen and you watch and listen to the locks.
So you have a toss up right there. You know, I think they both had equally dope records coming at and dissing each other back in, you know, 2000, 2001, around that time in the early 2000s when that happened. So that's a toss up. I won't get mad if you say Beans won, and you can't get mad at me if I say Jada won. To me, I'm just calling that dead even, because I mean, it was just two dope MCs locking in, dissing each other. The couple diss records, the record and the shots that they took at each other was equally dope. So that's another battle right there. And you know, you just can't deny Jadakiss's legendary top 5 status at this point. You know, can we throw Big in the top 5? If you want, but Big's legacy is cemented, but it's also a closed, open, shut, closed case, because Big died in a timely death, unfortunately. He didn't live to see the fruits of his labor and the length of his career extend beyond, you know, those 3.5 years, 4 years that he was in the game and got started and he got his rise. And so I think it's, you know, premature to put Big in the top 5, even though Big is an amazing, outstanding lyricist and his impact will be forever lasting in hip hop. For me, it's premature. Can you put Hov in that top 5? Yes. Can you put Nas in that top 5? Yes. KRS-One and all the other MCs you want to name. But Kiss, I mean, it's just no doubt in his legacy at this point right here. You know, not only does Kiss has everything that a top 5 MC should have. The streets and the masses. He has the gutter, the hood. He got the hood with him. He got the streets on lock. And he also got, you know, the commercial records with Mariah Carey, all the R&B joints he did. Kiss has platinum and gold records. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you check the box, here we go, like Royce the 5'9" and Mickey Fax. I mean, if you want to check the boxes of what a top 5 MC should have, Kiss checks all those boxes hands down. So let's just give, you know what I'm saying, this man not only his flowers. I ain't about to give no dude no flowers, you know what I'm saying, per se. We gonna use that. We gonna say, let's just give this man his just due, his props. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give that man some props. You know what I mean? Listen, let's just give Kiss, basically what I'm saying is let's just give Kiss his legendary status. No more fronting, you know what I'm saying? Let's just admit it. And let's just let him know, you know what I'm saying, whether it be whatever. Let's just give this man his acknowledgement. Let's just give this man his placement, that award for being top 5, dead or alive, top 5 greatest MC. Can't forget about Big Pun too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people tend to overlook Pun, but you know, Big Pun's career was prematurely, you know, cut short as well, just like Big. Definitely somebody that's deservingly Pun of being in the top 10, but you know, I like to shout out everybody that's had an impact on hip hop that I can think should be deservingly in that top 5. Shout out to all the MCs out there, but Jadakiss is in the top 5. He's in the top 5 MCs of all time. Top 5, dead or alive, Kiss. Feel free to like, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all. We at 800 subscribers. Yo, much love, many blessings to y'all. And yeah, just hit me up and I will check y'all later. It's AP on the spot. Peace.